Okay, solving functions is one of the easy lessons in Algebra 1. Okay, so for right now here, to find the range of the functions below, here we got two functions. Function of x equals 2 parentheses x minus 5 squared. The domain, again, when we talk about domain, we're talking about all the x values. So here the x values are given. The domain is given. That means this time we are going to find the value of y, the range. Now to find the value of y, all you have to do is to plug this in here, and that's about it. So for example, we have 2, again, because these are the x values are domain, then you have to plug in the -2 to x one at a time. -2, -1, 0, 3, and 6. And the answers are going to be your y values. So now you have -2 minus 5 squared. So by showing your work, you will have 2 and then -2 minus 5. Using your calculator mental math should give you -7. Now using your PEMDAS, it's going to be 2, and then -7 times -7 is positive 49, and then multiply it or double it, multiply it by 2. If you have 49 and $49, you are going to end up having $98, or 2 times 49 is 98. That's about it. That's for the first one when you use -2. Now, next is -1 minus 5 squared. Next is 2. We're done with -1. Next is 0. 0 minus 5 squared. Next is 3 this time. 3 minus 5 squared. Next is 2, and 6 minus 5 squared. Now, I know you have a calculator. You can actually go ahead and press 2 parentheses -1 minus 5, close it, and then up, raise to the second power, and then just hit enter, key in everything, and you can easily find the values of the range. Okay, and then you do the same thing for this one. Let me give you an example. 2 parentheses, your first value of x is -3, and then plus 5. Now what is negative? What is 2 times -3? Obviously 2 times -3 is -6 plus 5. But -6 plus 5 will give you -1. And this is your first range in that function. Now again, using the same process, you just have to press 2 times -1 plus 5. 2 times 0 plus 5. 2 times 5 plus 5. And now you have 2 times 7 plus 5. Easy, huh? Just use your calculator. You can easily solve for the rest of the range values here. Now, this time, what we're going to do is we're just going to solve for the function. Now, according to the given this function, see the function of x, and which is now the value of x is going to be 3. Just plug it here just one time because you only have one value. So you just have to plug in 3 just one time. So that means you have 2 times 3 plus 5. 2 times 3 is giving you 6 plus 5, and now you have 11. And 11 is now the final answer. Okay? So again, this is the reason why I like this lesson, because all you have to do is to just plug in and then use your calculator, and that's about it. So 8 minus 2 parentheses, the value of x is 5. Now I know you don't really need my help here because you have a calculator. Just plug in 8 minus 2 parentheses 5, then hit enter. You're easily going to get the final answer. But for this one, let me help you with this one. So we have 8 minus Negative 2 times 5 is negative 10, which is going to give you negative 2. That's the final answer, negative 2. Okay? So here, 3 parentheses, negative 5 squared plus 7. Again, use your calculator. If not, then use your mental math. It should be 3 times negative 5 squared is negative 5 times negative 5 is 25. Plus 7. Here you go. I need you to finish that one. Okay? Let me give you 5 seconds to finish that one. Okay, and then for the last one, for the value of x is 2, so replace x by 2 minus 5 squared minus, there's another x here, replace it with 2, there you go. And then just solve this. 2 times negative 5 is negative 3 squared minus 2 squared, which is negative 3 times negative 3 is 9 minus 4, and the answer is 5. Quick and easy. Again, if you cannot use your mental math, then use a calculator. Super easy to solve these questions. Now, there is a difference between these two. As you can see that 5 is outside, while here for the second one, 5 is inside. The ones that we just did was the one with 5 inside. So that means you have, when a number is inside of the parentheses, that means you have to plug it in inside the x. But when the number is outside, take a look at this one. A while ago, that number 3 is inside. But now, the given now is 3, which is outside, not parentheses. Because the 3 is outside, what we're going to do is we're just going to put the 3 outside, and then 2x plus 5. By doing that, we can easily solve for x. Now you got to remember, to solve for x, use your skills in solving equation. So move the 5 over, becomes 3 minus 5 equals 2x. Okay? But 3 minus 5 is negative 2 equals 2x. Again, because we're solving for x, we have to divide both sides by 2. We need to get rid of that numerical coefficient 2 beside x. So now we have negative 2 divided by 2 is negative 1. And that is the final answer. Okay? So, again, the number 3 here is outside. That's why you have to put that number 3 outside. If it's inside, plug it into x. Okay, let's try this one. First is ask yourself, is the number outside or inside? It looks like 5 is outside the parentheses. So I'm just going to put 5 all the way to the left equals. See, I'm not putting it inside of x. And then move the 8 over, becomes 5 minus 8 equals negative 2. 5 minus 8 from, I think it's, okay, 5 minus 8 is negative 3 equals negative 2. Then divide both sides by negative 2, and now that's because the reason why we had to divide both sides by negative 2 is negative 2 is beside x, so here's negative 2. We need to cancel that out, and now you have negative 3 over negative 2. You have to remember, negative divided by negative is positive, so now you have 3 over 2 equals. That's how easy it is. Okay? Now, how about if we have this kind of problem? First, ask yourself again, is 4 outside or inside? If it's outside, make sure it's outside. 4 is outside. Now, see that negative outside of parentheses? You have to distribute that. Use your skills. Use the skills that you learned a couple weeks ago. So negative times x is negative x. Negative times negative 5 is plus 5. And then minus 7. Again, we want to have x alone. So how about this? Move let me move. Well, here, what we did here was we had the x on the right side. That's fine. You want to have x on the right side, make sure that the constants, the numbers alone, are going to be on the other side. 5 plus 5, I'm going to make it minus 5. Negative 7, I'm going to make it plus 7 equals negative x. So I'm keeping the negative x on the right side. But 4 minus 5 is negative 1, plus 7 is giving me 8. About 4 minus 1 is negative 1, plus 7 is positive 6. But wait, we did not, when we're solving for x, we did not allow a negative x. That's why we have to divide both sides by negative 1, because we did not allow a negative x. When we're solving for x, we only need x, positive x. So now you have 6 divided by negative 1 is negative 6 is equal to x. Okay. Now again, for the last, for another example, we have negative 3. Is negative 3 outside or inside? It looks like negative 3 is outside, so I'm still going to put negative 3 outside equals 2x minus 5 over 7. Now, because we agreed that we don't like fractions, I don't like fractions, that means we need to get rid of 7. Now, we learned that to get rid of 7, we have to multiply both sides by 7, so we can get rid of that 7. And now 7 times negative 1 is negative 21. And then 2x minus 5. See, the reason, again, the reason why we have to multiply both sides by 7 is to get rid of that 7. Because I hate fractions. You probably hate fractions, so you need to multiply both sides by 7. And now that we got rid of 7, it gives us just 2x minus 5. And then again, solve for x, move that minus 5 over, becomes plus 5. So negative 21 plus 5 equals 2x. Negative 21 plus 5 is it 17? Is it negative 17? Is it negative 15? Okay, is it negative 16? Negative 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1. Okay, so negative 16 equals 2x. But because we're solving for x alone, we need to have x alone. So get rid of that 2 by dividing both sides by 2. And now you have negative 16 divided by 2 is negative 8. And negative 8 is the final answer. Now again, you're solving for functions. If the number is inside, plug it into x. If the number is outside, then you have to do it this way, where that number 5 should go outside, 3 outside, 4 outside, and then negative 3 outside. When you have fractions, multiply both sides by the denominator. When you get negative x, get rid the negative sign, multiply both sides, or divide both sides by negative 1. Then that should give you a positive x. Let's see. Now, I need you to help me figure this out. What's wrong here? What's wrong with me, doctor? What's wrong in this process? Given this equation, in what step? I want you to figure out what step did this person here, the person who showed the work here, in what step did that person, created a mistake in this work? So let me know if you have questions about this lesson. Okay, that's about it, guys.